Hi, my name is Jana and I'm from Hamburg in Germany. And on this call, I have my friend Mukesh with me from Delhi, who I know since several years. He's going to tell us about the current situation in India during the COVID-19 lockdown. What always impresses me with Mukesh is his heart for the kingdom and the passion for the poor. Thanks for joining me, Mukesh.
Thank you so much, Anna. I appreciate that.
Mukesh, what is going on in India right now?
On March 24th, a countrywide lockdown was decreed by the government of India. This lockdown was ruthlessly imposed, in which people found on the streets will be beaten up by the police. Millions of daily wagers who depend on the daily income of about $2 to $3 a day for their food have now lost their source of income. In the best of times, they live on the brink of financial disaster with no margins. Now they have no way to feed their families. Some have already chosen to commit suicide or even kill their children rather than seeing them starve. A couple of weeks back, I heard news. I saw that news where a woman, she threw her 5 children into Ganges River, and they all died because she wasn't able to put food on the table. When the lockdown started, I realized the believers that I know in a slum called Mangatpuram would be in a desperate situation that is endangering their very own existence.
Mukesh, you hold a senior position in telecommunications, you have an MBA, and you're passionate about following Jesus. How did you hear about these 62 Christian families who are on the verge of starvation?
Well, I had the privilege to support and fund Ashish from Mangatpuram for past 8 years, and he went on to become from a rack picker or a waste picker to become a graduate of theological studies from one of Asia's largest theological seminary. And he, after his graduation, he came back to the village and he planted his first church and became the founding pastor. The church grew from 0 to 600 members now in past 6 years. So since the very beginning, I have been supporting them through spiritual and development and resources.
So, what did you do when you realized the crisis that would be facing them because of the lockdown?
I reached out to them to see what was the situation they were getting into, any income or any aid that they are getting from the government. So one young mother named Monica, whose husband left her a year ago because of her faith in Jesus Christ, told me the lockdown left me with only two options. One, to sell her body and feed the starving children, or commit suicide with all of them. Another woman, Lalita, she told me, due to lockdown, I have been living under constant fear that sex would be demanded by my landlord when the rent was not paid. So she's a 37-year-old widow struggling to support her 5 children and an elderly mother. Hearing these stories, I was stirred in my spirit. My heart started crying within me. And I decided to do something for the least of these. I made then hundreds of calls to the local and the state government without getting any response. I wrote emails after emails. I sent texts and knocked the doors of social media, but nothing worked. It left me feeling helpless, but I couldn't give up on them. So I founded a project called Food for Life, and our goal is to help these families make it to the other side of the crisis, whether that means July, August, or beyond.
What has been the impact of Food for Life so far?
Well, we were able to help save the lives and dignity of scores of people like Monica and Lalita. The sick are healed, lives are saved, hope is restored, women are rescued from sexual exploitation. People are walking and leaping and praising God, and the gospel is preached to the poor, and the faith in Jesus Christ is also being strengthened.
What are the needs right now?
We are shooting for 500,000 meals target by the end of August. So last month, that is April, we provided 38,400 meals. This month, which is May, we are targeting 65,000. In June, we are targeting 90,000 meals. In July, we are targeting 120,000. And in August, we are targeting 150,000 meals. It cost about $3 to feed a family of 8 people because the average size in the family is 8 members. So about 15 to 20 meals per family per day cost $3 a day. So there are a total of 143 families in this slum. So that comes to be about $429 a day. So we are predicting that they will need our help at least through July 30th, in which case the total we still need to raise is about 30,000 US dollars. So 62 families are believers out of these 143, but our heart's desire is to help all of these families in the communities and show them Christ's love regardless of their faith.
What kind of help are you looking for?
Prayers, dry ration food, third is sharing of finances to ensure these people's bare existence. Whatever amount the Lord has put on your heart, doesn't matter. However, I say this as a partnership in an ongoing relationship, and to this end, I'm inviting you to carry these people in your heart and your prayers.
People who give are always concerned that the money might get lost in an administrative machine or wasted. How can anyone who wants to give be sure that the money will get there?
I and the church leaders will ensure that these families will get whatever is given in equal portion, and I myself will oversee it. And in order to increase our financial accountability, we have asked the Congregational Church of Salem in Connecticut, US, to review our financial records. And we are very pleased that they have agreed to be involved in that way. And people can also get tax cut. What a blessing.
So what should people do if they want to support these families who are beginning to face starvation?
Well, people can allocate funds to feed the dying in India and give the money to the Congregational Church of Salem in the US, whose web link is given below in the caption. So church has been very gracious. They very quickly created a web link for us and put it on their website. So that's a link which you can find in the caption.
Thank you very much, Mukesh, for not only standing alongside with the least of these, but also with Christ in need.
Thank you so much, Jana, for your time. I really appreciate your generosity.
Thank you.